So after losing a match, you might be thinking about the bad techniques you had on the court, or you might be thinking you didn't hit the ball hard enough to dictate points during the match play. But have you guys ever thought about the correct positioning while you're playing a match? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about correct positionings in tennis, and also I'm going to be explaining the importance of the positioning, and by learning all of these correct positionings, you'll be able to hit more balls back to the opponent's court. So let's get started. Alright, to make things easier, I have divided the situations into 3 different situations: the attacking, the neutral, and defending. So let's begin with the neutral situation. What does neutral situation mean, first of all? Well, it's just a situation where players are trying to continue the rally. So in this situation, the best spot to stand, the positioning, would be just behind the baseline. But it's not just wherever you like. You have to have the correct position to stand so that you can return the ball back with the least effort. So just have a look at this illustration. Both players are doing the forehand cross-court exchange. Can you see they're not standing right in the middle, like on the center of the court? Both of them are slightly towards their right from the middle. This has to do with the geometry of the court. So as you can see, these 2 red lines represent the furthest point where the player who's trying to hit the ball can hit. And because the player who's trying to return the ball is standing and getting ready in the middle of those 2 furthest points, his forehand shot will be equally as easy as his backhand shot. So let's say he has to take 3 steps to return his forehand shot. When the ball comes to his backhand side, he also has to do 3 steps to get to the ball. If the player were to stand right in the middle where the center mark of the court is, he will probably take at least 5 or even 6 steps to get to the ball that's on his forehand side, and about 1 or 2 steps to get his backhand side. And that's just giving your opponent a higher chance to hit a winner shot to your forehand side, because you're leaving too much space on your forehand side and too little on your backhand side. And the same rule applies to the backhand cross-court exchange. Now, where can you stand when you are attacking? Now you have 2 options here. It's either slightly in front of the baseline or all the way up to the net. This really depends on what kind of shot you're trying to do next. Let's say you're doing a neutral rallies with your opponent, and you've decided, and you receive this weak ball coming to you, and you hit a great aggressive forehand shot. If your intention is to stay on the baseline and do another attacking shot, then you would want to stay just slightly in front of the baseline. If you're very confident with your volley, then you can just hit that ball and run right up to the net, and your next shot will be either volleys or smashes. So what you want to do after you hit your approach shot is to follow the direction of the ball you just hit. Say you hit a great forehand approach shot cross court. That's the direction where you want to run and wait for your next shot. You don't want to hit cross court approach then run straight. So those 2 furthest points where your opponent can hit applies on these situations as well. And this is because of those 2 furthest points that your opponent can hit. If you are at the net, as you can see, those 2 lines, those 2 red lines represent the furthest point where your opponent can hit, and you just want to be in the middle of that 2 furthest point. Alright, so last situation is the defending situation. Where do you want to stand when your opponent is attacking you? Well, you want to maintain the distance from yourself to the opponent. So if your opponent is coming up or approaching or getting closer to the net, then you want to move back, right? Because you want to maintain the same distance as when you guys have during the neutral rallies. So next time you play a match, think about your correct positioning. That might be the main reason why you keep losing a match. Guys, I hope this video was helpful. Please give a like if you like this video, and also don't forget to subscribe my channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.